Mr. Morgan, hi, I'm Coach Simmons. I'm not trying to put any more, let's say, pressure on your back, but I want to ask you a question. You sound like the kind of young man who wants to leave a lasting legacy. You sound like the kind of young man that not only wants to win, but wants to dominate. You want to separate yourself from every other person that's come before you. Well, my man, hey, Coach Taylor, I think Mr. Morgan has the potential to do something this year that no quarterback in the HBCU realm has done since the year 1994. In fact, no other HBCU player, none, have done since 1994. You want to know what that was? Well, I can tell you. What that is basically win the Walter Payton Award. I think right now everything is set up for Jackson State to run the table. Let's be honest about it. No BS. They have more talent than anybody in the HBCU realm. Hell, on paper, they're more talented than damn near any FCS team. This side of Sacramento State, which has $50 million to spend on players. But we're not going to pull that up right now. Mr. Morgan, with him being second year in the offense, TC working directly with him, the state of Mississippi basically saying he's in the top three quarterbacks in the state. I know that may sound like, well, coach is only like, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Valley, Alcorn, Southern Miss, and Jackson. No. For years, HBCU quarterbacks were considered to be worse than the third string on the FBS. I'm not lying. But Mr. Morgan has the ability, God-given talent, and now he has 2 years in the same system to prove that he's capable of bringing home the Walter Payton title. Sorry, trophy. And if you really want to know, there have been not any close. Since 1987, there's only been two HBCU players to win the Walter Payton Trophy. Walter Dean from Grambling State in 1990, running back, and Steve Air McNair in 94, from their rival, actually, the rival of Alcorn State. The Walter Payton Award is going to the FCS Offensive Player of the Year. It's basically the equivalence of getting the FCS Heisman. Now, looking at the schedule of Jackson State, looking at who they're going to play, you got to ask yourself, what games will stand out amongst everybody else? What games Mr. Morgan have to put himself on the level of being the Walter Payton champion? Well, there is August 30th, my anniversary. I will have to bribe the wife to let me watch the game. So that $300 total of lobster and stuff is going to be, it's because of y'all. Hampton, HBCU Go. That's something that's going to get him ready for the season. But that second week game, ESPN Plus versus Southern Miss. Southern Miss is not the quote unquote Don Dada of football. But since no other HBCU has, well, sorry, Freudian slip there. Since no other SWAC team has beaten the FBS school since 1985, if Jackson and Mr. Morgan can show up and show out, I mean, I would love to see the Jackson State fans sell out the Rock and turn it into a home game. But we know nobody goes to them damn games in Hattiesburg. You can buy them tickets for a bag of chips and a soda. But if they pull that game off, and then on SWAC TV the next week, they come back home to play Tuskegee, that next game at Ace W. Mumford Stadium will be on ESPN2. ESPN will flex that because they really don't have any other SWAC games on the main network besides the SWAC Championship. But if they can start off 3-0, that will be the game he can show up and show out and let people know he is in the running for the Walter Payton Award. So the breaking news basically is this: Jackson State has a schedule for the gods. Hampton, Southern Miss, Tuskegee. On paper, they're the most talented team out of any one of those three. The only thing they should be in contention with losing is versus Tuskegee in the Battle of the Bands, that fifth quarter. They should be going into Southern 3-0. If Jackson does what they are capable of doing and run the damn table, that December 6th game, sitting in Jackson, Mississippi, will be a coronation for Mr. Morgan for doing something no other quarterback in Jackson State history has done. No quarterback in the HBCU realm since the late, great Steve Air McNair has done. Bring Walter Payton back home to the HBCU. Mr. Morgan, I tip my hat to you. Good luck, my bruh. And keep on keeping on. It's Coach. I'm out.